All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of S5 and the Side of Frye. Got my man Wrap up here. We're a little short of few today, but we still gonna get this thing cracking. You know what our motto is: one monkey don't stop no show. What's good, Rap?
I'm good, man. I didn't know that was our saying. I guess I should have been a little bit more quick to that. I had no idea, but
Oh yeah,
let's get it though.
yeah. One monkey don't stop no show. We keep this thing going, keep it going. So, um, I know we got a big game tonight.
Yeah,
Pacers versus OKC, and we're gonna get to that. We'll probably finish up with that because I'm gonna kind of talk about some of the strengths for both teams, and definitely gonna ask you what do you think the first game outcome will be.
yeah,
Right now, I know that we have the World Series, the Women's College World Series. Let me rephrase that.
yeah.
And right now, I mean, like I know it's been going on for years, but there's been some really big names out there this year. So I don't know if you've been following it. Have you been watching any of it?
Well, I don't watch any college baseball or softball.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I can't really get into college. The most I watch the Yankees. I used to watch the home run derby. I don't really do that no more. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's got to be professional for me. I'm not that big a diehard baseball fan. You know what I'm saying?
Me either. I
Yeah,
can't fake the phone. Can't fake the phone. But I will say that these Women College World Series was a little intriguing, especially with the upset of the dynasty of Oklahoma.
yeah,
Yeah, that probably was the biggest story of the tournament. Them getting put
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yep. So they're usually in it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's being held in Oklahoma too, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
where it's being held at. I'm not sure. I know that they won four in a row, so this would have
Mm-hmm.
been that fifth. And I mean, when you think about dominance, that's just crazy.
That's
Five
crazy.
in a row, four in a row, almost. I mean, the last sport I can remember doing that is UConn women when they won.
Basketball.
Like I think they won, yeah, yeah, they won like four straight. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, just imagine that when they lost. I don't know if you remember that when they lost. They lost, I believe, at Mississippi State
Damn.
in the final four on the last second shot. So I think that was the year that they lost. And I want to say South Carolina won the championship that year. I could be wrong though. I could be
Mm-hmm.
wrong. It could be Notre Dame. But anyway, yeah. I believe they're the ones that beat them, or it could have been Notre Dame. I'm getting confused all of a sudden. I thought I knew it for a second there, but I think it was them. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, dominance in women's sports, man. It's like you just love to see it. You love to see that edge, that competitiveness, and I was telling my homeboy, it's like, because before he was like, yo, they gonna have some challenges. I was like, bro, they done won four in a row. They ain't gonna have no challenges this year. They gonna win it again. And then they got upset.
Oklahoma by
Oklahoma.
Texas. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey.
yeah. I was like, them girls love the Lord. They be preaching every time they get up there. They not gonna lose at all.
They
And I
lost
mean,
three to
it's a
two to
game.
Texas Tech. Listen, I think it was
Yeah,
a dramatic walk-off finish
yeah,
that
yeah,
advanced Texas Tech to the championship game. Crazy thing about it is you got Texas Tech playing Texas, so hey, it's Texas versus Texas down there. They going at it.
yeah.
I think last night was game one, so well, I'm gonna keep following that, kind of figure out um, who gonna pull this thing out. Texas is what I think ranked six right now. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, they were ranked six.
I'm pretty sure they're the favorite. I mean, like I said,
Yeah,
Oklahoma was the favorite, and when they lost, but the girl from Texas Tech, what's her name?
Kennedy,
Najee
Kennedy,
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So her getting that $1 million bag. I don't know if we would ever learn that if they wouldn't pitch her like that. But she was the player of the year at Stanford last year. So they like it ain't a fluke. You know what I'm saying? That she's killing right now. And she leads the team in home runs. I was like, I mean, obviously strikeouts and all the pitching stuff, but the home runs too, like, yo, I mean, them girls can hit and they can
yeah,
pitch. So,
bruh.
shout out her and her whole family. I think her brother play college football somewhere.
Mm.
So yeah, shout out the whole family, man. They doing well.
Yeah, definitely a standout. She's a standout pitcher. She shut it. Did a two-hit shutout against Ole Miss. That's all the talk was. I mean, that's everything everybody talking about. I seen her pitching last night. I was like, man, I think I can hit one of those balls. And I kept looking like, I can't hit one of them damn balls. I can't hit one of them. It's amazing how fast they pitch, and it's underhand, bruh. It's
Yeah,
underhand. Like, think
yeah.
about that. Think
Yeah,
about
I
that.
mean, but there was like if you do it like to like the whatever formula you got to put it in for it to be men, it's
Hmm.
like a 90 degree, for women, it's you
Crazy,
still
bro.
can't hit it, bro. You cannot. And then some of them got a pitch where they can pitch and it comes out slow, then it speeds up.
Yeah,
Bruh, look,
I was
I
talking to.
play baseball a little bit,
I was about
and
to
a
get into that.
curveball,
Yeah,
bro, I can't even hit a curveball.
that's what we had this conversation. It was me. I think it was my niece's husband because he played college baseball. Brett
Uh-huh.
is his name, and we were playing golf, and I was like, man, this has got to be the hardest sport. And we started talking about the hardest sport, and then I was like, man, golf is the hardest sport. And he was like, I don't know, baseball might be the hardest sport. He said because you got to think about the percentage of people, the hitting average for most people, and you got to think about how many times they at bat and they how many times they actually get a run. He's like, man, it's very hard to play baseball. He said you have no idea until you up there at the plate and that ball's coming at you anywhere from about 85 to 90 miles per hour. You have to make a split decision and how hard it is to be able to hit that. And like you just said, to hit a curveball. Bro, I don't think I've ever swung at a curveball. I've never played with anybody to be able to throw a curveball. So I couldn't tell you what that would be like.
I tell you, it ain't. I mean, anything if it ain't a like a line, like a fastball, right, bro? I'm not hitting none of the other. I'm swinging everything high. I want it. I want it. Man, I don't know though. I mean, again, when I grew up, but I grew up a little bit in St. Louis, so
Yeah.
like I told y'all, Ozzie Smith. So we played baseball, bro. We play. I prefer baseball for most of my life until we moved to Atlanta. And it was like, y'all, we
What?
play basketball, and I was like, basketball.
Wait,
I
what?
hate that. The goal is so high. It's too high. So
Man, your
yeah,
tall ass talking about the goal, so you know you had to be taller than everybody else back then.
I wasn't. No, I
Oh, you what?
wasn't.
Oh, you didn't. You
No,
didn't have your
no.
growth spurt
I
yet.
got yeah, my growth spurt. I
Okay,
didn't get that until I was 17.
gotcha.
So yeah, 16. So, yeah, so I wasn't the shortest, but I was, my brother who he ended up being, I think he ended up at like 5'11. He was the one that was taller than everybody. And then I caught him, by the time I was in the ninth grade or 10th grade, I believe. So
So is
yeah,
your
man.
brother older or younger than you?
No, I got an older brother. He's
Okay.
5 years older, and I got a younger brother who is 2 years younger.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, we fight all the time. We share that. Like he's the reason why. I won't say reason why, but he pushed me from an athletic and physical standpoint because he was bigger than me. And
Yeah.
then by the time like in basketball, it was tough to guard him because he was stronger. But by the time I got a little bit older, my athletics kind of took over. Like so, I could still shoot. I
Especially
could
once you got
jump. Yeah,
that
once I got my
growth
height,
spurt.
like yeah. That's when everything started to kind of click. And then it wasn't no more. He couldn't hold me no more after that. He could always have better handle than me, but he couldn't hold me after that.
How tall is your brother?
He 5'11".
Oh, well,
He'll
he
he'll
taller
tell
than
you
me.
6 foot, but he
He
ain't six
taller than
foot.
me. I'm 5'9".
Yeah,
I
he
got
taller than you, bro.
Oh yeah, a lot of people taller than me. It's all good. The 5'9", I can live with that. All right, man. Let's chop
Yeah,
into some baseball. We're gonna probably continue to have the conversation about the Women's College World Series. I definitely want to make sure I try to pay attention to it because to me, watching that game last night. It was really exciting. I remember talking to my cuz Flip, and we were texting back and forth. He's like, "Man, that wasn't no out. That wasn't no out." I was like, he said, "Make sure y'all talk about that tomorrow on the pod." I was like, "I got you." So big news in the NBA right now. We're gonna
yeah,
come to the recent one, but I don't know if you heard, but I seen yesterday where the Suns hired the Cavs assistant coach
yeah,
Jordan Oat Otu Ott. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
And then when I read up on it, say he started his career with the Atlanta Hawks as
yeah,
a video coordinator, bruh. A
yeah,
video coordinator?
yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, they're literally watching film. They're watching
Yeah,
video. They're learning. They're.
that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
it isn't like that's not a job they're gonna be in for 40 years. Like they're
Yeah,
literally. This how you start to see the action on the court, break down what you see, all that. It prepped
yeah,
them. For it's. You know how it is. It prepping you for a job that you want 10 years from now, or 4 or
exactly.
5 years from now, or whatever. So yeah, that's not a surprise that he started there. I mean, really, I mean, you don't know what his coaching is, but I'm guessing that whatever level you started at, you would have to up your game once you get to the NBA if you have aspirations to get into the NBA. So yeah, I think that's a great position for them to start at. He used to coach for the Hawks
Mhm.
or was a videographer or video coordinator for the Hawks. Then he was assistant with the Jesus, who was that? The Brooklyn Nets,
Oh, yep. Brooklyn
the
Nets.
Lakers, and then he came from Cleveland last year.
He was
You
with
know,
Darvin Ham at the Brooklyn Nets. So, and you know how we feel. You know how we feel
no,
about Darvin
no,
Ham. So,
Lakers. This with the
Yeah,
Lakers
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Darvin
yeah. My
Ham.
bad. Yeah, he went
Yeah,
from Brooklyn to the Lakers. My bad. Yeah, you're right. I'm
yeah,
sorry. He went from Brooklyn to the Lakers with Darvin Ham. Boy,
yeah. Wait, let's not talk about Darvin Ham, bro. I just, look. Let me tell you something, man.
Guru made it.
Okay. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
What's
Darvin
happening?
Ham.
What up? What up?
Yeah,
You
I
got it.
couldn't, I
Hey,
couldn't stand Darvin Ham, man. That dude.
look, man. I haven't liked Darvin Ham since he broke the rim at North Carolina in the tournament. Remember when he broke the rim? I've hated Darvin Ham since then. So when he became the coach, I was very critical of him. Then he
Yeah,
got fired. I was like, thank God, with his hands in his pocket all the time. I couldn't stand Darvin Ham, man.
yeah.
Never liked him.
So, do you think this is a good hire for Phoenix getting Jordan Ott, or whatever his name is?
You know what? To be honest with you, like I think that this signifies a couple things. One, KD is absolutely gone. He's not gonna want to play for a dude that he almost the same age as. I mean that, this roster ain't going nowhere. And he a new coach, so it ain't like he's an
Hmm.
experienced coach. This is gonna be his first time really getting his feet wet with being the main guy. So I think KD's out of this. Signifies KD's out of there because they're not gonna win a championship. And that's what KD trying to win. Number two. I think Booker is on the timeline now. I think you get Booker next summer. He out of there, and then they still paying Monty Williams, Frank Vogel, Mike
Yep.
Budenholzer. I mean, Matt Ishbia doesn't know what he's doing,
Well,
so
they
I
got
don't
a
think
good
he'll have the
supporting
team long
coaching.
either.
They got a good supporting coaching cast. Then you think about Frank Vogel and everybody you mentioned. So maybe Kevin Durant can take that into consideration. Hey, I have these experienced coaches who have led teams. We got this new, fresh, young mind coming in.
Katie out of there. Katie out of there. You're not winning the championship with that guy. You're not, and not that he won't
Okay.
be a great coach. You're not going to win year one with that guy.
Well, yeah, he might as well get out of it because they finished 34 and 36 last season and missed the playoffs since 2020. But when you got a lineup with three great players like Bill, Booker, KD.
Which was
Bradley
a
Bill
great player.
in 2025.
No, what did you say, Guru? Which one? What?
He used to be great.
Who?
Right.
Who? Bill?
Bradley Bill.
Bradley
Oh,
Beal. He been
okay.
trash for about 3 years.
So he been trash for about 3 years.
The injuries took him out, bro. They
Yeah.
took him
Yeah.
out.
Well, I
And he got
mean,
a no trade clause. That's
yeah,
why they ain't getting better. And that's why
Yeah.
Katie out of there.
yeah. They're starting with a new GM in Phoenix as well, Brian Gregory, for the first time. So,
They got rid of James Jones,
yep, they
which
got rid of.
he did the best he could. He did the best he could, man. Them boys got to the finals too. So shout
You
out
think
James Jones.
you think Durant? Well, first of all, welcome Guru. I know you
Miami
had
Heat,
some.
James Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
yeah.
Welcome Guru. Know you had some business to attend to.
Yeah.
Glad you could pop in. S5 in the side of Fry up in
My
here.
pleasure, man. It's 5 in the side of Frye. Y'all know what it is.
What you doing for that game? When you gonna slide through and at least watch the first half with me?
Oh, yeah, I might let you get back on that pool table.
Say no more. I definitely need to get that. We ain't gonna talk about it, but I definitely need to get that get back. Anywho, what do you think? You think Kevin
Can't
Durant up
keep
out of
sweeping
there?
stuff up under the rug.
You think Kevin Durant gonna dip
Ke-
up out of there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point. It might not be this first year unless he got anything tying him down to the state. He
Yeah.
gone. I agree with
There
Ralph.
there were rumors
I mean,
about.
we know that's his MO. He ain't gonna stay one
Yeah,
place too long.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
There
he
were
a
rumors about.
mercenary.
Yeah, mercenary. He gonna get what he get and
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Uh, I heard rumors about Minnesota possibly trying to shift some things around to make a move for him. I know that's Ant Man's favorite player. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say KD is your favorite Hooper's favorite Hooper, and that's also what Ant Man called himself. So, do you think they would mesh together? Do you think they would play well together? And do you think Ant Man would step back and allow KD to lead the way, or do you think it would be vice versa?
Nah, go ahead, Guru. Go ahead.
I'm
I
gonna
think he stepped
say
away from him. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
it'd be
go
about
ahead.
time for KD to. He gonna have to play second fiddle to Ant Man. I mean, KD ain't there for necessarily the whole game. He there for fourth quarter making buckets. Save your energy, extend your career. You gotta take a step back. Because even Booker really carried the load a lot of the times. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? KD kind of like, you know, just get in where you fit in, take over in the fourth.
Yep.
So I mean, he's
And I
still
think
gonna do his thing.
he was playing second. I don't want to say second fiddle because KD ain't gonna play second fiddle to nobody. But I think they were allowing Booker to kind of have the forefront of the team. Like, hey, this is my team. KD, say your energy, do what you do. But it was a lot of times KD was just dropping buckets. Like if it wasn't for him, Suns would have had.
They
I
wouldn't.
mean,
They was 500.
exactly. Hell, they didn't finish 500, 34-36, but they were close. They were very close.
They
But
busting his ass
again,
up.
but to kind of go back to what Ralph alluded to last session, KD did miss quite a few games, so I can understand why he did miss quite a few games. So
Yeah,
what's
let
your
I
me
mean,
take?
answer
do
that. Oh, go ahead, Guru. Go ahead, finish that thought.
you think Ant Man's and Booker, like, who's better?
I'm gonna go with Ant. I mean, 23
Okay,
years old, doing what he's doing already
so KD
without a
taking all
KD.
them shots. I don't think it's gonna really let Ant
Yeah,
Man do his thing like that. Go ahead,
yeah,
Ralph.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I probably would say Booker, just because Booker's been doing it a lot longer. I probably lean Booker, and he's still in his prime. I don't think he fell off at all. He just missed a lot of games too. But either way, when it comes to KD, I don't know if he's second fiddle, but he wouldn't come to try to take over the team because he realized that the guys he's playing with, they've been multi-time all-stars for that team, and usually they're the franchise player. So I think he'll come in and fit his role. I don't like them to do much because who's gonna play defense? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that they need a guy that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
able to get to facilitate the offense, get his own shot, hit the open three, and also defend as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I would say like a later Jason Kidd, but with the athletic ability that Jason Kidd has. Because I think they need to speed their game up. They don't need to play slow. They need to speed their game up because you're going to always have the opportunity, like the Knicks, to break down a defense if you can't get that first or second fast break going. So I think they need somebody that's going to be somebody like that. That's why I thought Randall worked because Randall used to get up and down. So,
mm,
but yeah, man, I think KD to Minnesota is probably getting a lot of smoke. But if I
yeah.
was KD, well, I guess KD, if I was in, I wouldn't want him there.
So other trade rumors I've heard, Jalen Brown to San Antonio Spurs. I know y'all heard that. Yeah, yeah, you heard that. I promise you.
They
I'm
definitely
telling.
ain't gonna get. They definitely not gonna get rid of him now. With Tatum being hurt
Yeah, with
for a
Tatum
whole
being hurt.
season almost.
Yeah,
So let's
yeah.
go ahead and X that out.
They're getting rid of Sam Hauser. That's the one of the centers that they paid, the backup center.
Yeah,
Yeah, him and what's a little Pritchard? They gonna put
Yeah,
Pritchard in
Pritchard.
that deal.
uh,
Blockbuster.
or not re-sign Drew Holiday. They got to think about re-sign Drew Holiday. I think
Hey,
he's a
that's
free
defense.
agent as well.
That's
So,
defense right there, though. Drew Holiday, he gonna bring you that D. True, true, true. All right.
oh,
Pause.
Paul,
What?
For the
Pause.
YNs,
Yeah,
man. We
pause. My
just
bad.
for the YNs, man.
Yeah, pause for the white. Yeah, pause. Yeah, my bad on that one. All right, man. So another
Yo,
coaching
let me see
change.
that modem for a second.
Thibodeau. He out of there, man. He gone. Skedaddle. Scoops. I know Net Baby Cam called it. He said it. Everybody was talking about it. Like even you. It's like, hey
Let me see
man,
that modem.
he need to be out of there. You said the best thing for New York wouldn't be anybody, making changes with the team. They got to get a new coaching philosophy, meaning they got to get a new head coach. But it came quick. Like what was it, second day after the freaking
I
Eastern Conference
mean,
Finals? They didn't get that
Net
man
what you
baby
new
call
waiting
head.
that, didn't he?
for? What you waiting for?
It was 2 days after. I'm like,
Net baby
already?
called that last show.
Yeah. Net baby called it.
I'm glad he gone. Derrick Rose had Derrick Rose in that game. I think Thibodeau. I think he's good for I think he's good for changing culture, but X's and O's at the end of the day, he ain't no coach, no players coach. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he'll train to change the culture. But if he ain't putting up that win, get him out of there. They know they weren't gonna be able to go back with him.
Yeah, defensive guru is what they call him, defensive minded head coach. So he played the heck out of that 7-man rotation. Rap, what do you think about it? You were also saying that they need to change the coach. It really wasn't the team. Do you think they need to bring anything else for the Knicks? When I say anything else, I don't mean the coach. Do you think any other players think they need to do any offseason trades or what?
No, no. So I got a couple thoughts, but I'll make it quick as possible. He was what 226 and 174, so that's over 500 win percentage, almost 57%. So he did pretty good while he was there in this tent. First time they
Mm-hmm.
got to the finals in Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. So
Been a
shout out
minute.
Thibodeau. Thibodeau did he did a really good job. But I'll say this: Thibodeau knows more basketball than I could ever imagine to know. You know, he did work with the Celtics back when they won the championship, so he has the pedigree. He's taken a lot of
Mm-hmm.
teams that win a lot of games in the regular season, and he's had a little bit of playoff success. So I don't think that to say he was a bad coach at all. I just think that a little bit of his philosophy needs to change. You know, like you can't play guys a whole bunch of minutes. You
Nope.
know, maybe that worked
Hmm.
back in the day. It can't work now. I mean, y'all see the new
Right.
NBA guys. Everybody eating. You know what I'm saying? You got one big dog. You probably got two big dogs, but after that, everybody else eating too. And so Tibbs couldn't find a way to make it work. But I'll go a step further. I think Carl Anthony Towns and Brunson is a terrible matchup. So I think from that standpoint, Tibbs did a really good job getting those guys to buy in somewhat to play together. The next
Yeah.
coach, which should be the Jason Kidd or Ty Lue, in my opinion, they got to figure out how to get those guys to play.
I'm
Because
glad you said that. Glad
yeah,
you said that.
go
You
ahead.
said Ty. You said hold up, wait a minute. You said the next coach.
The next coach should be Ty Lue or Jason Kidd, one of those two guys.
So you think Ty Lue he's not gonna stay in LA with the Clippers?
Why? Why? What is playing next year? What is that team gonna do next year they didn't do this year? You got the best of James Harden, and he old,
Okay,
right?
what about Jason Kidd? He just got AD over there. They got
Yeah. He got 80 there. He don't have Luca. He getting Cooper Flag, who's a rookie, and Kyrie's out for most of the season next year, or at
yeah,
least half
true.
of the season. And you got an older Clay. You don't have a great bench. They got a bench, not a great bench.
I'd like
So
Okay,
them to see him to get Mark Jackson, man.
that's who I was gonna say. You took it right out of my mouth. Hey,
Man,
why
I know
not?
it's
he ain't never coaching again. Y'all know why he's not never coaching again, right?
I mean, it was some
because they
controversial
took his
things that happened,
championship
but
and did him just like they did Tony Dungy.
Not
Tony
quite,
Dungy.
not
Yep,
quite,
yep,
not
yep.
quite.
Same
But
thing
Tony got his ring back though. He got his ring back.
with the
But
Colts.
no,
He
no, I'm
did.
not.
He did.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that remember he's a preacher, right? He's a preacher. He loves the Lord. Blah blah blah. Like respect that. I do too. That's why I'm wearing the shirt, right? So,
True
but
Yeah,
that. True that.
I do too.
he
Same. Same.
y'all. So he would talk about gay people. They going to hell, bruh. That message is okay if your
Yeah.
owners ain't gay. If
Yeah.
your owner is
Well,
gay, bruh, you
despite
can you
despite
can
the facts that those believe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
right.
If it
Like
was a coach that they could have, I would like
that's
Mark
a
Jackson to coach.
problem. So that's why
Yeah.
Mark ain't coaching no more. They blackballed him. He know he not coaching no more. He
Coaching
don't even
them.
fill out the applications no more. He be like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, he know. He
You
know.
Rav, you lining the show up right for what one of them topics.
I'm talking
Cause
about
them
the
boys,
Indiana. The Indiana.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson out
I,
there.
my only thing I like to say about that because I don't like to speak on allegations, and it, like we said, it definitely ain't
Right.
nothing to really to talk about
Gotta have some
because
more
it
facts.
you gotta have facts. All I would like to say, the situation in Indiana with the allegations that's being said about the doctor. I just hope everything works out for everybody the right way. That's all I'm gonna say because that's definitely not something to joke about. But that's
Well,
definitely something.
yeah.
Hey,
I mean, I
that's
guess
like dance
if you
around it,
think
baby. You
about it,
gotta dance around it.
that's as broad as it could be, right? Like
You gotta dance
we
around it, right?
Right. Right. You could have just said this. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Let's change the subject. That's what you could have said. You could have said that. Boy, I
ain't
tell
like
you,
that ain't
boy.
that bad.
No, I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I ain't say.
Nah. All right,
If anything, you pray for the victims that's
Exactly.
involved. The ones that
Exactly.
were assaulted allegedly, those are the ones you hope everything works out for.
Yeah,
but back
for
to the
sure.
Knicks though. I don't know. You think that roster is gonna think that roster will hold up for them for the next 2 years? Not
We
playing
know
7 people. I
we
don't
I
know
was
understand
Brunson
what
is.
7 people is about.
Yeah, next year for sure. I mean, they got to. I mean, we can argue. I think we all agree that the Knicks should have beat them. Like they had, like it ain't like they were getting blown out by 40 every game. You know what I'm saying? That first game, they win that first game. And everything else plays out. It's a 7 game series. That
Well, the
Yeah.
first
Knicks,
game messed everything up.
the owner and the GM definitely wasn't thinking like that. They was like, "We lost. Get your ass up out of here. Let's get it done."
Oh
Well,
boy,
I think when the
2 days after.
players came, I mean, honestly, when you sit back as an owner and you're like, wait a minute, so this guy has done things we've never done, but we could have won a championship this year. That philosophy you had has happened. So it was for me, it was a philosophical difference in how he played his players versus the players that he had. I'm not saying he didn't do a great job with this roster because he did, but y'all remember what was his record against teams that was really good in the playoffs? The top teams like 0 and 11, 1 and 12, something crazy like that. Now let that been 12 and 1, and then they lost. I bet it would have been a whole different narrative.
Yeah. Well, he gone, man.
Yeah, he
Like
gone.
like Guru said, that definitely wasn't what the owners was thinking. 2 days, see you, bye bye. But people kind of felt it. People kind of seen the writing on the wall. Like, come on, man. Okay, so I do have a question. Do you think if ain't no thing, never mind. I was gonna say if he would have won, I don't think he would have been out the door because he brought them chip. He did take the
No.
Knicks to yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
that,
He did take
that'll
them to the
definitely give
Eastern
him.
Conference Finals, first conference final in 25 years. So at least he gave those New York fans something to cheer for.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Ty Lue there. I think he would be a much better fit. Going back to
Hmm.
what you said, Guru, Thibodeau not being a player's coach, we all know that Ty Lue would be a player's coach. I feel like he would be much respected, and he definitely know the game.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I would say not a players coach because all of those Chicago players loved him. The Bulls, they still talk how much they love him. The Celtics players, KG, they all loved him too. So I don't know if I would say that. And he got everybody paid. Remember, when you play the
Oh,
guys
he
those
got him
minutes,
paid.
they get paid.
Yeah, he
They all got paid.
he got
So I
paid. They
don't
got
know.
paid.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I ain't
I
heard
just
Derrick Rose say he loved.
He went and played for him 3 times. 3 times. Look, if you hate somebody, you ain't going to play for him three
Hey,
times.
you got the man hurt. If it hadn't been, if it
Ah,
had been for Thibodeau, he wouldn't have. D Rose wouldn't have played them last couple years he played. That's the only person that was gonna give him some slack.
we don't know, but we do know that he hired Derrick Rose 3 times. So yeah, and he wanted them to stay on and be an assistant. He was like, Tibbs, he was like, man, I can't do that. So I don't know about that, but either way,
well, I'll tell you this: he's not a player's coach the way Ty Lue would be. I can tell you that. So, do you think that they really got a good chance of getting somebody like J. Key or Ty Lue?
absolutely.
I heard
Absolutely.
another name
I
out
don't
there
know what they're
floating.
gonna give. I don't know what they're gonna give up, but you know how it is. You know how they do stuff. They can, if they want a trade to go down, they'll make a trade go down. They don't have David Stern here
Yeah.
stopping trades the way he did with the Lakers. Look, there's a will, there's a way. They'll find a way to make it work if they want to make it work. You know what I'm saying? They'll make it.
What
I think that's the best candidate, in my opinion. Those two.
What about I'm trying to think of his name. Denver Nuggets coach they got
Mike
let go.
Malone.
Mike. Yeah.
I can tell you why. Guru, you know why, Guru, you want to say? Because I know why. I tell you why.
Go ahead, let the
So
people know.
the reason why Mike Malone and the GM Calvin Booth, the reason why
Hmm.
those dudes hated each other, Calvin Booth wanted to play the young guys. Mike Malone wanted to play Russell Westbrook and the guys that he knew that was going to help him win. That was the divide. So they got rid of both of them. So if he gets to New York, he's going to play whoever's going to help him win. And they may not, well, he has to play the bench. He'll play the bench. But
Yeah.
if there's somebody, like if he can go and get like a player off the street, a vet off the street that can
Yeah.
play, he's going to play that guy before he plays any of the young guys they got. So, but I don't think Malone would be I don't think he'd be a bad coach. He could fit there as well. And he's the one that's free. Like, he the one that ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? He ain't in no relationship. You know what I'm saying? He chilling right now. He's
Yeah.
single, ready to mingle. You know what I'm saying? So,
You ain't gotta
yeah,
worry about no negotiation with the Clippers or nothing
exactly.
with the
And
Mavericks.
Denver's
Hey,
still paying him. So, yeah. So he's straight.
and he fresh off of right before they let him go, he was pretty much fresh off of a playoff run all the way to the was it Western Conference
Conference
Finals.
finals?
So yeah,
Yep.
Western Conference Finals. So what about you? Do you think Mike Malone would be a good pickup for the Knicks, Guru?
I mean, just by having that championship pedigree, it sounds good. I mean, he got some guys playing their best ball late in their career. Aaron Gordon, he was flashy in his early days,
Hmm.
but now he like really give you what you need. You know what I'm saying? Even when they got rid of Bruce Brown, he was playing his best ball. So he might not be ready for the lights. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably have his own stuff going on throughout the season with the media, this, that, and the third, some landish outtakes. You know that boy get a little twisted. You know what I'm saying? We see championship. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be a roller coaster ride. It'll be a roller coaster ride for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can be
well,
surly quick. So you're right, boy. He gonna be cussing. He gonna cuss him out every day, boy. Yeah, I can see that.
It'll be good for TV for sure.
Yeah.
we're gonna see how
I
it
think the
play out.
Lakers the Knicks starting to think they cursed. It's been a long time. If they don't get that done here in the next 2-3 years, it's gonna be another long time. We
Oh
might
yeah.
never see the Knicks win a championship if they don't get it done here in the next couple of years.
And they have the opportunity to win this year, y'all. Y'all already know. They feel like it
Mm-hmm.
ain't about getting there. They feel like with this roster, we should have gotten at least to the finals. When you beat Boston, now I know Tatum went out, but when you beat
That's
Boston,
what I thought.
that was
That's
your
what I thought.
nemesis. They beat the brakes
Mm-hmm.
off you every time they play you. They beat you all. I think they beat them all
Mm-hmm.
4 times this year. So it's like, or at least 3-1, something like that. But either way, that's like knocking out the Bulls in the playoffs, bro. Orlando, they would have lost in the next round. We're like, wait, what is going on? We should have got to the finals. We beat the Bulls.
Yeah.
So when they
So
when
yeah, man.
when they beat the
So
Bulls,
if
oh, go ahead, Guru. My bad.
I was just gonna say, it is time. Their window of opportunity has been extended one more
Mm-hmm.
year for sure because Tatum won't be 100% next
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
year. But then
Yeah,
you got to worry about Giannis coming back if he stay in the East.
yeah.
Um, you're gonna have a couple teams, Indiana for sure. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so and I think
Yeah,
that team is deeper than 7 players by a
Oh, for
long shot.
sure. For
they are.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
They
That's
are
just crazy.
NBA players. He should have been Tyler Kolek from Marquette. That dude should have been playing. I mean, he's not a great player now, but he can be serviceable. He could have played before. Let Brunson sit on the bench and trust those guys. But you gain in the
Yeah.
regular season where you gain their trust, so they play like
Right.
vets. That's why Pritchard plays so well. And you're like, whoa, this dude come off the bench. Yes, yes, he does.
Pritchard got a
Killing in
lot
the
of playing
playoffs.
time. He got a lot
Yeah.
of playing time. The Celtics kicking people ass all year long, 20,
Yep.
25, 15. But yeah.
TJ
There we go.
McConnell for Indiana, that dude come in the game, he changed the whole thing up. You like, man, is he
Mm-hmm.
he man, in these little 5-7 minutes, he look like Jordan out there. This he
And,
look like magic.
and
Woo.
if you look at all the foul trouble in different games that Towns had, that
Oh,
Brunson
for
had,
sure.
even if you don't trust a player, you should send somebody in to keep your
Hmm.
best players from getting 3, 4, 5 fouls before the fourth quarter starting.
I
You
mean
Yeah.
got to
that
have a
look,
little more continuity.
that's basketball 101. When your starters are in, you expect your starters to outscore their starters. When your starters go out, you expect your bench players to keep the game close. If they fall behind 10 and 15, you got to get the starters back.
Right.
That mean you're not developing your players, bro. Like or you need to get some of those guys out of there. Your guys should be able to at least keep it close. I don't expect y'all to outscore Tatum and
Yep.
Brown, but bro, y'all can't go down by 30 in
Right.
5 minutes. Like we come on now.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Once they put Boston out, I had them going all the way to the finals at least. I did not expect or did not see Indiana coming like that. I do think it was pretty much blamed on coaching. So we're gonna see how they play next year. Like you say, Guru, we can foresee them in at least in the mix for the next few years, as long as there's no roster
yeah, a few
changes.
years.
Especially if they get a pretty decent coach up there in New York, I think we're gonna be able to see them in the mix. But like you say, Giannis come back healthy. If he stay in the East, Dame come back healthy. They stay together. They gonna make some noise. Indiana, obviously, because they're right there right now. Who else we got? I think the Boston make the
Cleveland.
playoffs. Oh yeah,
Cleveland, Boston.
we didn't talk about Cleveland. Yeah, the Cavs. Yeah, the Cavs. Yeah,
Hmm.
the Cleveland
And
Cavaliers.
and Detroit. Detroit need to
Oh
make some
yeah,
moves
Detroit.
Cade
too.
Cunningham. Yep.
They do have Jaden Hardy coming back, or Jaden Ivey. Jaden
Yeah.
Ivey coming back next year. He was hurt this year. That's why the Twin got so many playing. That's why he played so much, because Ivey was out. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what they coming on. What they coming with
And,
next
and
year. It's
listen,
gonna be interesting.
If Atlanta make the playoffs, Trey Young, he ready to try to get him out of there by himself. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he definitely will
So
try. He definitely
they
will try.
got
That's not
some
like Ice Trey.
they got some low tier teams that just are bad matchup for them, I guess. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, Orlando too.
Oh, man. Yep, they're gonna be coming too next year. They had injuries this year though. Everybody got hurt on that team, man.
Who you say?
Yeah,
hmm It was laid
Orlando.
out on a platter
Oh,
for New
Orlando,
York
yeah.
to go make a deep run.
Yep. Yep. All right, fellas. NBA Finals tonight. Game one. We have the Indiana Pacers going against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I want to talk about some strengths for both teams. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off with the favorite. Oklahoma City Thunder is a 9.5 point favorite tonight to go ahead
Mhm.
and beat Indiana. I'm gonna surprise y'all. I think OKC gonna win it, but I want to go with Indiana tonight. I think it's gonna be some shakeup. I think people gonna be like, damn, okay, Indiana might be that deal. I'm going with Indiana tonight. So strengths that I see, obviously we know that OKC got an elite defense. I think they led the league in defense efficiency. They're young, they play well together, very cohesive team. So we know they got the youth. Everybody gets, they got a good rotation. They're gonna go through that bench as much as possible, like your boy Chet said. 17 man come to play, 17 man ready to play. So I think they got a really good chance. But I think tonight Indiana gonna show why they in the playoffs, why they in the finals right now. I'm taking Indiana tonight. Guru, I'm coming to you because I'm trying to bait you, but go ahead.
Oh, you don't got to bait me. I'll take OKC. I feel I feel like I gotta talk to the game gods for Indiana to win the first game. You know what I'm saying? But we just talked about it last week. You had OKC to win it all. We're gonna bet game for game. So don't be
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah. Oh
be
yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
We might well take some money up to the casino and put it on Indiana. If you feel that way.
I think they're gonna pull it
But
out. I think they're gonna set a tone tonight. I got a feeling, man. I'm taking Indiana.
yeah, I think it's. I mean, of course, I'll take OKC to win game one. You know what I'm saying? They've been rested. They've been chilling. You know what I'm saying? They got a better roster, I think. You know what I'm saying? For a team game, I think, Indiana got a couple players, Siakam, that's done work other places. Miles Turner been there for a while. They got some players that, can give you 25, 30 on their best night. But OKC giving you 5, 6 players that can give you 15, 20 every night. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So they're gonna see a duel of floor generals for sure. SG versus Halliburton. That's gonna be. They gotta guard each other. I mean, come on now.
I don't know. They got
You think?
the thing
Nah,
You don't think
about
Neesmith,
so? Dang.
Neesmith gonna guard SGA, and
Well, shit.
Halliburton gonna
I
Halliburton
think
guard.
going
He gonna guard
his ass gonna get cooked.
Dort. Yeah, he
I
guarding
was gonna
Dort.
say
Oh,
Lou
Dort gonna
Dart,
cook his ass.
No,
Lou
no, he
Dart,
not.
or they might put your boy with the headband, Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso will guard Halliburton. He'll guard whoever's
Yep.
cooking. Like
Yep.
that, Case and Wallace, they have a lot of guys guarding Halliburton.
Yep. Yep. That's the thing about OKC. They can switch men on Halliburton, but can outside of Neesmith, can Indiana do the same thing for SGA? Do they have
I
enough
mean,
men?
they'll put Shepard on him. They'll put that other guard, not Neesmith, Nimhard. They'll put Nimhard. They'll put a lot of guys. They'll put probably Obi Toppin. They'll probably play him a little bit as well, just for the athleticism. But ultimately, I don't think. I think that this will probably be outside of them shipping to go to Indiana. This will probably be the hardest game OKC will have, just from the standpoint that Indiana, we've seen them. They've won, I think, every game won in every series that they've come from behind big to win these game ones on somebody else's court. So I don't think that they're going to be shaking. They're going to be ready to go. I told y'all about the coach, championship coach on their side or whatever. So I think this will be a highly competitive game, and you got to play a whole 48 minutes, or I mean, they'll still win and they'll go back and they'll sweep you at home or whatever. But I think ultimately, I play this. I see that this is going to be a good game. SGA, I think he'll win. He'll be the reason why they win tonight. I think defense as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I like OKC.
Hearing some stat about if he wins SGA, if he wins the finals, he'll be in the same conversation as
Kevin Durant.
Jordan.
Oh,
No,
for the
it was some.
age.
Yeah, Jordan, and it was one other person winning the MVP, uh, the NBA
LeBron.
championship, and if he also wins the NBA Finals MVP, all in the
I
same
think
year.
Willis Reed, LeBron, and
Jordan.
I think Kareem done it as well. I could be wrong, but it's LeBron. Like it's a small percentage of people that ever do that. That's
It was some
that's
elite
that's tough.
company. Yeah.
And Jordan did it 4 times.
Yep.
Four. Y'all know
That's
that's my
correct.
goat. That's my goat.
That's a lot of people's goat, man. That debate, that could be a whole show in itself because you already know who my favorite player is. I ain't got to say. What seen does not have to be said. You know who my man is. Come on, man. The Mamba, baby, the
Look,
Mamba.
look, you love him, but you know he won the best player to play in the NBA. You know that. You know that.
It's hard for me to
You
say,
know what's
but
crazy though? If Jordan is the best ever, then Kobe is the closest thing to Jordan. How could he not be too? And that's what a lot of people gonna tell you.
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Two
because I
Hall of Fame careers. How many players
yeah,
have two separate Hall of Fame careers?
yeah. Well
Number
they play
8 and
yeah,
24.
yeah. They play similar,
It's
but
just part of the debate.
yeah. They play similar, but I think that when you look at Jordan, I don't think there's anybody that's ever been as great as him offensively and defensively. I just don't think anyone has had that like that. He was obviously a better offensive player, but he was right there
Mhm.
for defensive. And I can't find anybody that was this higher offensively and this closer defensively or whatever that pendulum is. In my opinion,
Hmm.
I think Kobe was a great defender. I think Kobe was the best defender. We got a lot of things showing how Kobe was getting dunked on or crossed up. We got a lot of those to see because he played against smaller guys. He liked that challenge. Michael didn't play against a lot of smaller guys. He didn't like that challenge. And the one time he did, we saw him get crossed up. So Kobe will guard anybody. Michael,
Oh
he had
yeah.
his limits to who he would guard. Because he usually was the only guy that had to bring it offensively. So from that aspect, that's why I like MJ. But LeBron, I think we talked about, oh, Guru, you're not in that chat, but we talked about it in our chat. Like, I do think if anyone wants to put LeBron number one, I won't be mad at that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
not
Because
at all.
LeBron,
Not at all.
LeBron has been doing it longer than we've ever seen anybody do it before. Like, again, if MJ did this 20 years, the conversation would be shut down. We wouldn't even talk about anybody else. But he didn't. He didn't. And I
So
know he blew out his
Kobe,
knee his last year. I know he broke his foot one year too. But
oh
LeBron has
Kobe,
avoided all those injuries.
yeah. So I think Kobe said something about how careers track, and you got to think about it. Michael Jordan's career, his career, LeBron's career, and you can throw Kareem in there. They all track different. Like Kobe was talking about how when he first came into the league, he didn't have the autonomy to do what Mike did. When Mike came, Mike was the man. He
Hmm.
wasn't as dominant. He didn't. I mean, they didn't make it to the finals the first year, but he was the man. Like it's your show. Do what you do. When Kobe came, he pretty much had to play second fiddle to Shaq. It was Shaq's team, so he didn't get the green light to do what he wanted to do. He said, so my career didn't track like Mike. He said I didn't have that green light those first few years because of what I was doing. And he said that was hard for me because of the type of person I am and the mentality I have. Like me having to sit back and actually play that role, but I think arguably
Yeah.
if we talked about overall talent and we broke down the game, everybody gonna be mad at me when I say it, but I would say LeBron overall talent wise, with his passing. I mean, dude did a lot. Dude did a lot.
Who
I
mad
But
mean,
at you?
it's it's a lot of intangibles that go that can't be measured by, the
Stats.
eye. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I mean, and the way you do it, that's another thing, you
yeah,
know.
that's true.
But it is what it is. I heard somebody say about 2 weeks ago that Kobe was overhyped, that he
Man, that
wasn't. Yeah,
nephew,
yeah.
nephew,
It hurt me too, man. But
about took
The,
me out when I heard that.
the only thing
yeah,
I'll say about the well, they like I said, what did I tell you in the chat? I forgot what I said in the chat.
crazy.
Oh yeah. They didn't know Kobe when he wore those foam Adidas. If
Yeah,
you
them
don't
old school
remember
days.
watching Kobe playing those foam Adidas, then bro, I don't respect your opinion of Kobe at all. Like you have no idea.
But he's watched every bit of that. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
knows,
He watched it
and
live.
still,
He watched it live, and that's what he said. He watched Kobe live.
no, no, no,
no, no,
no.
no, no,
He's
no,
not.
no,
He's
no.
not. He's about 20. He's about 17,
That's
Yeah,
my
about
point.
18,
17,
That's
18. Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
point.
16.
That's
yeah.
my point.
And I was like, man,
If you don't remember Kobe taking Brandy to the prom, bro, that means that you're telling me that you didn't see his career at his height. You just saw the end of the
Exactly.
career. And so when you saw the end, you had already concluded who your favorite player was. So now
Yeah.
anything about Kobe, you can now say something negative. But we saw when
Yep.
Kobe had no flaws in his game. We saw when his quickly was
Man.
cat. We saw he was strong. We saw he could do everything on the court. He could score 60 before the other team. Who does that? We're not talking
Mm.
about
That was
Wilt
his
when Wilt
knee.
playing against. Yeah, we're not talking about Wilt when he had 12 teams. We talking about 32 teams or how many other teams in the league. Kobe outscored a whole team in 3 quarters. Bro,
Crazy.
don't talk to me about Kobe if you didn't see that. If you
Clay
don't know what I'm
Thompson used to
talking about.
cook it up like that too every now and then. Remember
Who?
Clay Thompson
Clay?
scored, but remember when Clay Thompson had what he had about 60 something in 3 quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Booker had 71 time.
In a full
Just
game.
talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
so Kobe,
It's been guys that done that, but nobody
but
has done it
Kobe
like Kobe. Yeah.
Nah.
40 straight games. AI
Bruh.
did it. That was cool. That was amazing. James Harden had a 30-point streak
Oh wait a minute.
when Kobe had
AI had about 40 games.
I
I didn't
don't
know he
think
had
he
no
had that
streak
many
like that.
yeah
games. I don't remember that streak.
40-point games consecutive. Like he went on a stretch one time.
I
Yeah,
know
Y'all
I'm
look
saying
it
James
up.
Harden and Kobe did. Yeah, we'll have to come. What y'all say?
James Harden was 30-point. Yeah, call Leland up. He'll let you know.
Yeah,
facts.
we'll fact
Facts. Where
check
AKA
you
that.
at?
facts.
Come
We
back.
mentioned
Facts.
facts,
Yeah,
but
we'll have to
Yeah.
check that out.
yeah, check that out. Y'all guys don't remember when AI went on a tear, scored
Mm-mm.
40 points for like 15 straight games, 12 straight games,
I thought it was less
9
than
straight
that.
games.
I thought it was 8 or 9. I
Okay,
didn't I
about
didn't think it
9
was.
games.
Okay. That does sound, yeah. Yeah, I was a beast,
That's
and
still
Kobe
a
wanted
lot
to
though.
guard him. Kobe wanted to guard him. He was fearless. He didn't care about none of
Hey,
that.
Mike guarded him too. Mike got shook up too. I know he was a little
Oh
older
yeah,
though.
yeah. That it don't matter. He always had a problem with small, quick guards, and Kobe didn't. Kobe loved that. He was like, "Yeah, you get me. I'm coming right back at you." Because
So we're gonna
although,
start bumping. We're gonna have to start bumping Jordan down then on the defensive
hey,
part. Then
we can bump him down. He couldn't guard those quick guards, bro. Like I mean, Reggie Miller size and
Chris
up. Yeah,
Jackson. Chris Jackson used to
no.
cook his
He
ass.
used to cook him, man. He couldn't. Nah. Like, come on now. No, he couldn't guard them.
So Iverson
I
had
No.
it
sent out
twice,
that
man.
text.
Iverson had it twice. There was one late in the career where he had like 9 straight, but his was impressive. Iverson, he had 9, like 40 something straight. His rookie season, he had 5 straight games. He scored 44, 40, 44, 50, and 40
I remember that.
straight. So, and just his stature, man, him being so small. And look, that's one of my favorite players too. I don't
Let
know
me
what we
tell
would
you.
rank AI.
Well, he was when I saw him play. I was like, he first of all, he probably about 6'1", 6'2", maybe 5'11", 6'1". Okay, they all five. Okay, he's quick, bro. You know how quick?
Yeah,
Like I don't think you understand. Like he in front of you, he got long arms. He around you, bro. You know where he going and here. Like I'm telling you, that's why I was like, I see why he's going on. Like you cannot stay in front of him. You cannot. And that's the thing about too. Now, when they get by now in the NBA, when you get by the guy that's in front of you, there's nobody in the lane. When AI
yeah,
and Jordan and Kobe got by you, there was a power
yeah.
forward that was 6'11". There was a center that
Ready
was
to
7'1"
bang
or
on you.
7'2".
Yep.
Right. And you had to out jump them. LeBron has not
Hmm.
had that. Once he get by his guy, there's nobody in the lane. That's one of the reasons why LeBron has scored so many points. Because again, he's still big and strong and fast, but he don't have to jump over nobody. LeBron get his shot blocked a lot now. He didn't back in the day.
Now,
If
I
he
think
was
if
still playing in the 90s, he would still be getting blocked.
but listen, he came in 03. I will say for half of if he played 20 some years, at
yep.
least
Mhm.
for 10 of them years, somebody was in that middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he was
So
going
even
up
when he
on them
went to the
too.
finals, you think about it. You got Tim Duncan. You know he's a rim
For
protector.
10
He might not
years,
block your shots, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it changed
Detroit Pistons,
after.
you had Ben Wallace, you had goddamn Sheed, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of
So
teams.
And them
I
boys
think
gonna put
about
hands on you if you
15
come in the
What's the
paint
years.
now.
center? What's the center for Indiana? They play with Paul George, big goofy dude. 7 foot.
Roy Hibbert.
Yeah,
Roy
Roy Hibbert.
Hibbert.
Yeah.
He's in the paint. I say for about 10 years of LeBron
Yeah,
career.
yeah. Well, the power forward. I guess the back to the basket centers. I think around 2017, 16, 17. I'll say 17. They're starting to phase those guys out because once the Warriors won a championship. Oh, they was like, oh, we going
Yeah.
to small ball. Then they start moving
Yeah.
small
Hmm.
ball guys. And I even go back and say, even with the Suns, remember the teams, everybody wanted to play like the Suns. So they would have not guys that was super duper slow, but they have quick guys that can kind of go. But yeah, I agree. So from 2003, 2017, yeah. But remember, if you keep those guys in the paint, the game slows down. It's harder to score now. You know what I'm saying? It changes the dynamic. It changes the game. You got young guys in the game that they don't have the fundamentals to play defense now. Because all y'all see, when we watch guys, we watch their highlights. What they doing? Ain't nobody defending. Ain't nobody getting down, smacking the court. Nah, they doing these
Nope.
individual. They doing all these one hand
Yeah.
stuff we ain't never seen before. Don't get me wrong, they're way more skilled offensively than they've ever been, but defensively, y'all see that's why Cat can't play defense, and that's one of the reasons why Tibbs, the Knicks, man, I don't know if y'all saw that clip, but boy, OG wanted to knock Cat head off. Brunson was like, chill out. Hart was like, y'all stop it. And
Oh
then
yeah,
Brunson
yeah.
was
When they
like,
was on the bench
Brunson
going
was
at it.
going back.
Yeah.
Bro, they hate
Yeah, I
Cat,
seen that.
bro. And you could tell Brunson didn't like
Did
it. You
y-
could tell.
did y'all hear Gilbert Arenas' take on Big Cat?
What you got to say,
I'm gonna
Guru?
say he
I
got
watched a little
long.
bit.
He said he got long legs, short torso, and big feet. He built like a whole bitch. I said, "Damn, Gilbert."
Yeah, you know, I mean, that wasn't nice, bro. That ain't nice. That ain't. He could have left that in the group chat, bro. You don't say that in front of those million subscribers that you have, bro. Like that ain't something you say, man. Because when you say it,
Right.
it mean way more than when Guru or I say it. It don't mean nothing. We say it. We
Yeah.
just we trolling because we
Yeah.
on at Carly Town. Bro, he gonna meet. He probably know Carl Anthony Towns. Like they probably done talk before. They probably, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And you gonna say that? I thought that was whack to be honest with you. Because Cat, in my opinion, Cat is better than Gilbert.
Yeah. As a player,
I think he
absolutely.
better than everybody that be on that couch talking. I think he better than all
I
those guys.
think so.
So
Gilbert Arenas,
I
Agent.
just,
Gilbert,
You think Cat's best year is better than Agent Zero? Like when he was Agent Zero.
he was nice, but I think Cat has a better
he was only
game.
nice for like
I th-
like two,
I
3 years. Like
and I
Cat
think
body of
Cat's gonna
work.
have a better career as long as he stays
Of
healthy. Yeah, I think Cat's
course.
gonna
Okay.
have a better career. Yeah.
And he do more. He the
Yeah.
reason why Gilbert don't help his team win. Gilbert was getting what first round exits. Gilbert ain't doing like nah. I think that's whack. I don't think you should have said it, man. Like I said, I'm not saying it wasn't funny because
No,
I
it's fun.
mean,
And that's what it's
you
about,
know what I'm
man. You
saying?
know,
You do got big feet.
he probably had no he didn't have no ill intent as far as him saying it. It was just funny. Like you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna throw a little shot at my man. Let go.
You watch
It's like
Gilbert.
If you
Y'all
watch
watch
that
Gilbert.
documentary with
The
you watch
guns.
that documentary, he a jokester. You know what I'm saying? Cat
yeah,
push up on him. He gonna be like, man, I'm just fucking with you, man.
yeah,
Cat
yeah.
ain't gonna
I
push up
agree.
on him.
I
Cause
think
he
it's
cause he got yeah, yeah, yeah,
no, he ain't gonna push
yeah.
up. He ain't gonna push up on me.
Right.
He ain't gonna push up
Nah,
on him. I promise
nah.
you that.
Gilbert Smart, he gonna be calling self defense. I shot his ass. He was about to hit me.
Yeah, I don't think they run in the
No,
same
I still ain't
circles. And
watched it.
honestly, if I'm Gilbert, if I'm Cat, I don't ever go on the show. I don't even acknowledge. I mean, he did acknowledge. I think some stuff, man, you just kind of let it go, man. I know we're in a social media age where they got to say something about everything,
Yeah,
but just let that go,
yeah,
man. You
true.
you
Yeah.
grinding trying to win a
Like, yep,
championship, man. You ain't got time for that.
yep, yeah. You wear where he want to be or wanted to be. So do what
Yeah,
you
he
do. Keep
he would
pushing.
have loved to have your career, bro. Like, and the money you making too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely the money they're making nowadays. All right, fellas. That's it. It is 8:06. We're gonna wrap this thing up.
I
I'm gonna
got a
catch
shout
y'all
out.
next show. Once I was about
I
to do
got a
one
shout
too.
out.
You go first though. Go
All right,
ahead.
I just want to real shout out for the WNBA. Alicia
True that.
Gray and Nafisa Collier was players of the month for the East and the
Mm.
West. So shout out the Dream and shout out the Lynx, and then they're in the
Yes,
top
sir.
5 200 power rankings this week too. So yeah, man, shout out WNBA, man. We're gonna be watching the whole. I need to get y'all. Y'all gotta get the. We gotta watch a whole lot more of those games so we can discuss that.
Yes, sir. I agree. I concur 100%. Yeah, we definitely got to get
I
up
think
on
they
the
need to show
WNBA.
more games nationally. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Sometimes when you sitting around, you ain't doing nothing. You be like, damn, what a game at?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
One
this
it's
past
game.
weekend. I was looking for the
yes,
guess ain't no game on, and it's a network called Ion. I was like,
yeah.
they had the WNBA game on Ion. I was like, okay. So I started watching it. I was telling my
Okay.
old lady, I said, ain't no basketball on. I said, first I said no basketball this weekend. I said, oh wait a minute, there is basketball on. She come from down from upstairs. She's like, I thought you said there was no basketball on. I said it took me forever to find it. I found the WNBA game on Ion. So, but I agree with you, Drew.
Ion. Okay.
They need to have
No, just
more
just buy
national
the app. I mean, the yearly subscription is 34.99. That's
champion.
just and so you put it on your TV. You can click on the game. It'll tell you where
Yeah,
the game at. I got Prime. I mean, I got all that stuff,
Well,
man.
I
I don't
got the
have
Fire
Ion.
Stick.
I just
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if you
I
can
got a
find it
Uh,
like
Fire
thirty
Stick.
that.
four
I just
ninety
I
didn't.
mean, I think you can get. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe. I
34.99
don't,
ain't nothing though for a whole season. Yeah, I
God,
could definitely
whole
do that.
season, bro. On your phone too, on my
Yeah.
iPad, I can watch it anywhere. So yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to get on that.
Well,
Until then,
I know I got some other subscriptions I don't know that I don't forgot about. Might as
bro,
well add that one too.
you better get you better get that thing that be taken for your subscriptions. I forgot the name of that app that you can check for your subscription.
Hey,
Oh,
I
you
know
y'all
the
know
know my
once
commercial
the
sister
you're
hit
talking
me
finals
up.
about.
over, once the finals over, what we gonna talk about? We what college football coming up, NFL. I know y'all not talking about tennis. We're not talking about baseball. So we got to figure out like what we going. Oh, the Buckeye. Oh, you a Buckeye fan? You from Ohio?
Yeah, yeah, Buckeye fan. Hey,
I
bro,
ain't from Ohio.
we got
Oh,
golf, we got boxing,
Yeah.
we got
Yeah, we do it all,
UFC.
man.
You know
we
what
We
can
I'm
talk
can't
saying?
talk
about
about
boxing.
baseball because the thing about baseball, when it's about over with or when it's getting close to being in over, we back into other sports. So, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah, we got to
It
get
is what it
together and
is.
figure
And
out
one
what.
thing about COVID,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say one
yeah,
thing about COVID, they damn near try to give us year-round sports. You
they
know,
did.
once a couple of seasons got postponed and pushed back, it was the gift and the curse, baby.
Yes, sir. All
one of
right,
them boys
fellas, we're gonna
said,
wrap this thing up.
"Yeah,
So I can go get me something to snack on and get ready for this game. Until then, till next time. Peace.
Peace.
all right,
Boy, you
fellas,
want to get some get back?
y'all be easy."
Oh yeah.